So I delved into the GTR front end already. I started assembling the front bumper. As you guys can probably see, I have a front bumper right here. So I now have like 3 GTR bumpers. 2 of them are OEM. That's one of the OEM ones. I have the Z-Tune style one right there, the white one. And then I have one inside, which you're seeing now. And basically I combine that with the OEM GTR lip and the OEM V-Spec splitter. And just with the GTR bumper, no lip, it looks really, really silly, and it doesn't look low at all in the front, and it just looks weird. And like the lip and the splitter literally add like 4 inches to the bottom of the bumper and so much more like personality. So I think it's gonna look really, really great. Now, here's a direct comparison of the OEM GTT fender. And then we come over here. OEM GTR fender. I'm sure you guys can tell the difference of the bulge. Once again, it's a little bit hard to see because the part is black and the hood is like midnight purple. It actually looked like we had like some kind of like, I don't know, like some rain drizzle or something, because there's a bunch of little spots on like everything outside. So I guess it did like rain for like a second. But so the GTR fender is kind of mounted up. The hood's not closed, but here, that's the hood closed, and I got the fender gap like pretty perfect like the whole way. That's the amazing thing about OEM parts, is the fact that everything fits as long as you have a car that's straight. Now on that car, if I put the OEM parts, it'd still take a little bit of tweaking, but on this car, we're literally just talking like, you know, just minor tweaks and just tighten the bolt and that's it. So it's a very easy thing. Same thing with the door gap. The gap is a little bit bigger down there. Yeah, the door gap's a little bit smaller down there, and it's a little bit higher up here. It should be about this length, so I need to just space it out down there. And then on top of all this, in this video, not only are we doing the GTR front end, but we're also going to do the GTR rear bumper, which is right here. It's right here on the ground. It's a Uras. So actually, what I actually realized, well, before I even start, Uras has some like really good quality stuff, honestly. Like the fiberglass is super straight, like doesn't even require blocking or anything for paint. But what I realized, I have a Uras rear bumper and I have Uras side skirts. Now, the problem is, I realize Uras doesn't actually even make anything for the GTRs. They make GTR style stuff for the GTT body. And what that means is you can maintain GTT fenders and GTT quarter panels and run the side skirts, the front bumper, and the rear bumper that are GTR style. So kind of, you know, it amps up your GTT. But with this car, I don't want that. I want the width of the arches as well, because I think that's like, you know, more than half of the battle itself is just the aggressive rear body line and the fender line as well. So I tried to test fit my side skirts over there, and I realized on the GTR fender they have a horrible gap because they're not meant for the way it comes out. And then I also realized this bumper will perfectly fit on the GTT because, let me show you. Right here, you'll see that's obviously where the rear bumper sits. So on the GTR, if this is a GTR bumper with GTT quarter panels, it would be sticking out about ½ an inch on both sides. Now that bumper is not going to stick out at all, so it's going to be about perfect, which is good for now because we have not done the quarter panels yet, and we are not going to be doing it in this video. It's very intense. I will be doing it, I think, within the month, because I really do want to do them simply so I can run the rays on this, because they're super wide and aggressive. Because I'm trying to get this to a track day middle of next month, because as always I want to track and use my cars and stuff like that, and this car is clearly a lot more closer to being track friendly than that one. was actually just about done editing and I realized I never recorded anything because it was already too dark. But I'm actually currently working on the next video, which is a suspension upgrades to this thing to make it handle well. But I never actually explained the reason I put these rays on. So they're actually flip-flopped around, which is weird. Those are the wider ones and those are the less wide ones. Those are 9.5, these are 10.5, which is weird because normally, you know, you don't put the wider ones in the front, the wider ones are in the rear with a bigger tire. In this case, if you guys remember, these wheels have been on like 5 cars now, the R8, the S2000, the other R34, this R34, every R34. Yeah, so they've been on like a bunch of cars. I stretched the rear tires. That's a 255 on a 10.5 because the S2000 was rubbing, even with this stretch, on it. But the fronts remained at 275. So ironically, the less wide wheel has the wider tire on it. So I just kind of put it on for now because I've been having vibration issues with those replica wheels. And a lot of people are like, why do you always keep putting these on every car you have? Honestly, I like these wheels. I like Graham lights, 57, you know, they're kind of like T37s, well, whatever. They're real regardless. They're Ray wheels. It says it right there, Ray wheels, made in Japan. And they're lighter and they're real, and the ones that came on this were replicas, and I obviously always like to run real wheels. And yeah, so that's kind of my reasoning. But on the replicas, I was having like a wheel shake at around 80 kmh. These kind of removed that. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was something with balancing, but yeah. So right now I'm actually working on suspension upgrade, which will be the next video. But yeah, and then also about the color. I got these wheels in this color. I keep saying I'm gonna change the color, but I never have. The teal is cool, but like I do want to change it to something more neutral, like a gunmetal gray or bronze or black, whatever, which I will do sooner or later. It's just not a priority, if that makes sense. But once the Yoshi, can you not? I'm doing a YouTube video. Once the rear quarters are on, I will flip-flop these, and there will be 275s on the 10.5s, and there will probably be like a 255 on the 9.5 in the front. And like I said already, the quarters, I'm trying to do them in a month or two, hopefully sooner. I'm doing a track day in about exactly a month, if not less, with this car. So I'm just kind of trying to dial the suspension, dial this, that. Still need to get it tuned, make the full power, etc. But the main issue, like I said, is just, if it was easy, I would have done it, but the removing the rear window, and if I break this, like I said, expensive. I have another one for the white car, but I'd rather not use that. So that's kind of what I'm neglecting to do, is remove that window. Honestly, that's the only hard part. I don't care about pinch welds. I don't care about cutting this. I can find my friend to weld it and all that stuff. But yeah, and then here's a final walk around of the car, how it turned out. The side skirts, I did not talk about that either, so sorry. The side skirts, so essentially the Uras side skirts don't fit because it's a GTR fender, but the OEM side skirts, this car came with a replica GTR wide body, so it's like low quality fiberglass, and those kind of need a little bit of work. So instead of rushing it for the video, I just did basically the GTR front end and then the GTR rear bumper. And I know it looks funny without the side skirt, but that will come soon. I'm just trying to figure out what route I want to go on, because both routes require me doing some modifications to make it fit and whatnot. So yeah, I just didn't want to rush it for the video to make it look like poo-poo. But yeah, I really love how it came out. It actually helped with cooling a bit, the V-spec splitter, because it goes up to here and it covers the bottom of the radiator, so all the air is going into the radiator versus around it. Quite dirty, but anyways, as always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys on the next suspension upgrade video.